Inspector with a $5. Hi, Ripa. What's your opinion on Trump's plan on taxes?
What part of it? I already told y'all what I'll do if he can eliminate the federal income tax.
Ripa's a typical libertarian, one single issue voter.
No, that's not it. That's not at all. I don't think
you got him talking politics.
Motherfucker, you said he's got to do one thing. He's gonna put a MAGA hat on.
Well, yeah, that's what I would do to put a MAGA
done.
hat on. I said I would support him and put a MAGA hat on. That don't mean I'm someone's a single
what else
issue
is
voter.
Look, what else does a man got to do? He's literally like gotten shot at. They trying to kill him. They try to arrest his family.
What?
Like,
Hold on, what they got to do with me?
I'm saying
God
your
damn it,
stance is if he does this one thing. You said if he does this one thing, I'm going to put a MAGA hat on.
Absolutely. If he does that one thing,
typical libertarian,
that would benefit.
Single issue.
That's
single
not me.
issue.
First of all, I didn't say that I was going to vote.
Did Ripa vote for Trump?
No.
Number two, I'm talking about what I would do and wearing all that MAGA shit if he did that, because that in itself would obviously lift up Americans more than anything. I think you could say that's verifiable.
Bro, look what Doge is doing right now. Doge is doing that right now.
Still paying taxes.
Not going down since they found all this fraud.
No. It's you know just as well as I know that Trump can't just eliminate federal or income tax right now. There's got to be a piece.
What are you talking? What the fuck are you going on about? Single issue.
He's building the pieces right now. But my point is, you should put a fucking MAGA hat on a long fucking time ago.
No.
That's my point.
Still paying taxes.
The day that man showed up to the Libertarian National Convention, all you motherfuckers should have put a MAGA hat on. That's the bottom line.
Jeremy, are you a Republican?
No.
All right. So why the fuck are you keep bringing up the Libertarian Party when talking about libertarians?
Because he showed up. He showed up to the Libertarian National Convention.
You're a Donald Trump supporter, right?
Yes.
You said you're not a Republican, right?
No.
So why in the fuck do every time you bring up the libertarians, you bring up the Libertarian Party?
Because this man showed up to your convention and you disrespected him.
You see what I'm saying, though, right, Jeremy? That doesn't make sense. I'm not a member of the Libertarian Party. I voted for more Republicans than I've ever voted for Libertarian Party members.
My point being,
what are you talking about?
My problem is you say if he does this one thing, I'll put a MAGA hat on.
For me, yes, absolutely. Because
you should have put a fucking MAGA hat on. Is my point.
For what?
If you're saying that that's the one thing that it takes, my stance
for me, that's the one thing that it takes.
Because if you
said in front of the Libertarian Party,
because if you would have said I'm never putting a MAGA hat on, then I'm gonna be like, that's your choice. But if you're saying if he does this one thing, I'll put one on, my argument is you should have fucking put one on a long time ago.
That argument doesn't make any fucking sense.
Why?
Why? Because I'm simply telling you that's
a single issue voter bullshit that drives me crazy.
I didn't say anything about voting.
Everything else he's done hadn't been good enough. But if he does one thing,
for me to be draped out in MAGA gear, no, none of that shit has done any of that for me. None of it.
Nothing else he's done. So getting all these illegal motherfuckers out of the country ain't done nothing for you?
What?
Getting all these illegals out of the country ain't doing no benefit to you?
What I am
getting rid of DEI ain't doing nothing for you?
I did not say that.
Getting us out of endless wars ain't doing nothing for you?
I did not say that, Jeremy. Are you listening to anything that I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm saying for me to be draped out in an all red MAGA, that would be what would happen. And I would do it without any sort of problem.
And at that point, I would say, you ain't earned that shit. I would say you ain't earned that shit. That's what I would say. I'd say you ain't earned that shit. If you're going to wait till the last possible minute, I would say, don't put that shit on.
All right, this motherfucker has earned that a long time. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not doing that for you. What I'm saying is, especially as a business owner, what I'm saying, especially
that's the gatekeeping shit you're talking about. We're MAGA gatekeeping, and my argument is, you should have put that shit on a long fucking time ago.
Okay,
that's my point.
All right,
that's my point.
And what I'm saying is, and the joke that we've been obviously putting out there is that I will put it on if that's what happened, right? That's particular. That would happen. And I would do it without any sort of problem. At no point in time, whether it be for Trump or any other politician for that matter, have I ever draped up and dripped out in everything that espouses whatever that character is. Now, I've not done it for Ron Paul. I didn't do it for any Rand Paul. I haven't done it for any other politician, so I would do it for fucking Trump. And it's funny that you're bringing up some sort of gatekeeping shit when that has never been required of me for any other politician, but you want me to do it for Trump.
Yes, because Trump is different.
That's fucking
He's different than
retarded.
every other politician that's ever been in major politics.
I'm saying that's fucking retarded. You're just essentially saying that I must suck his damn dick. And if I don't give him props, in the form of rocking his gear, then I'm the one that's out of control.
I'm saying the day that they invaded his house, the day that they fucking tried to lock him up, the day they shot him, none of those days was good enough. But the day that he gets income tax that's the day he finally did something.
First of all, you're saying that like it's nothing. Do you know how that impacts Americans? Robbing them of their labor?
And I've said on my show,
it's just a thing. He got shot. Federal income tax is one of the most criminal things that have ever been implemented in this country, alongside the Federal Reserve in 1913. What the fuck are you talking about?
There ain't nobody that could do it except for this guy. And the only way it gets done is from everything he's been through to get to this point.
What does that have to do with what I just said? That has nothing to do with what I just said.
I have said multiple times on my show that I think that he wants it gone, but he understands that he can't just do it right now. You've got to build.
But that's not an argument that anybody, Jeremy, you're making arguments that nobody here, unless I'm speaking for myself, has ever made an argument against. You're arguing as if you're arguing against somebody like non-voting libertarian, left libertarian or something. You're not talking to that person.
You are
How many times have I gone on national to
but you didn't vote for Trump is my point.
No, I didn't.
So don't put the fucking MAGA hat on.
All right,
that's my point.
All right, so your whole point is that I shouldn't rock the mic. Shouldn't essentially support it. So you're treating it like a cool kids club.
You're treating it like
that's exactly what you're doing. You're treating it like a cool kids club.
I'm treating it like
you're treating it like a cool kids club.
I'm treating it like if you couldn't see it now, then you're never gonna see it. If it takes one little issue to get you to that point,
it's not a little issue, Jeremy. It's not a little issue.
Yes, it is. Considering where we've been.
All right, I don't know how any businessman can ever say that the federal income tax is just some little issue.
It's a little issue because there's no way he would even be in a position to do the things he's doing right now without the path in which he's taken to get here.
What does that have to do with that? Addresses nothing of what I've said about Donald Trump.
It's like putting on a fucking Bulls hat after Jordan's 7th fucking championship. That's essentially what you're doing.
You're treating it like a cool kids club.
For 6 championships.
You're treating it like a cool kids club.
No, I'm not. I'm treating it like,
because I said it as a joke, but now if we want to actually, I said it as a joke, and you took offense to a joke, Jeremy.
No,
you're taking offense to it. No, yes, you are. Because that's the whole thing.
Do you think this thing's serious?
We said it as a lighthearted joke.
Do you think going on about
serious? Well, you shouldn't rock it because if you didn't support him when I said you should have supported, that's just gay.
No,
you're treating it like a cool kids club.
I care more. Let me tell you this.
I care more. I care more about seeing liberty in my lifetime and my kids' lifetime than I care about.
Well, the only way that's going to happen with Donald Trump doing it.
And if that's the case, fine. But that has nothing to do with me rocking MAGA gear. Because you're arguing the only
way it happens.
You're not arguing my point, Jeremy. You're arguing against a point that I never made. So let's assume that is true. What does that have to do with anything that I said?
No, I'm just saying I think it's stupid that you would wait until he actually does this one thing.
Well, that's fine. I disagree, but that's not the argument.
That's not possible with him going through everything else he's gone through to get to this point.
You're trying to go on this rigmarole about what he fucking went through. That is totally irrelevant to anything that I have said pertaining to the income tax. That's irrelevant.
What I'm saying is you can't get to the point of the income tax that he hopefully will do. And again, we don't know if he's going to do that. My point being is that there's no way that he could just walk in the door on day one and do something like this.
But that's not an argument anybody is making, Jeremy. You see what this is my frustration with what you're going on about. You're arguing against the positions that, number one, I don't have and I have never made. It's just like when you went on this whole tangent about the Libertarian Party. I'm not a member of the Libertarian Party. Libertarian Party has never been a fan of Eric July for the last fucking 15 years. I don't know why you're going on about what he did with them. You're arguing against positions that I don't have.
I don't argue against Libertarian Party. I argue against libertarians because I think libertarians are just basically people that are gender confused in like politics where they don't want to
define what a libertarian is to you, Jeremy. We'll see what we're talking the same thing.
Somebody doesn't want to claim they're a Democrat or Republican, so they need to be part of some fucking group.
All right, that's fine. All right,
that's what it is.
So we're arguing semantics. That is not what I believe to be a libertarian.
Libertarians are never going to accomplish shit.
That's fine. That has nothing to do with what I advocate.
They just need the identity. They need
some
nothing
to do with. I don't care about any of that.
That
has nothing to do with anything that I advocate.
It's fucking true. It's just like Trump sat there and said, "Enjoy your 2%." That's literally what a
Again,
libertarian
you keep
is.
referring to the Libertarian
Enjoy
Party.
your
I don't care
2%
anything about the Libertarian Party, Jeremy. I don't care anything about the Libertarian Party. I don't know why you keep mentioning it. It's like you cannot argue against what I'm actually saying, and you're arguing against a figment of your imagination of what you believe libertarians to be. Are you familiar with Murray Rothbard? Do you know who that even is?
No.
All right, so again, we're starting from square one, that you don't even know the philosophy upon which I actually advocate. Yet you're trying to argue against a position that I have, and that's where your confusion is, because you're not actually arguing against a position I have. You're arguing against a position that you think the general libertarian has.
That's libertarianism is retarded. Yes.
All right. Well,
I do.
How you define it? If you define it,
I think it's stupid, just like Republicans are stupid. And I think Democrats are stupid.
All right.
I think defining yourself to a political ideology is stupid.
All right.
This is
so
pretty
what would you define yourself as?
Currently I'm a Trump supporter.
All right, so you're what does that mean? Though? What does that entail? Is there any sort of actual principle tied?
It means
to
that
or
there's
is it
not
just
a
anything
human.
Trump does.
It means that there's not a human being on the planet that can accomplish what Trump has accomplished, and I will support him even if I disagree with him along the way. And the fact that the FBI raided his home.
It's not a principle. You didn't come to your position by way of principles. You came to your position by way of who you like. I guess in that matter.
No. I came to my conclusion based on the fact that this man stood up in front of the Republican Party as a Republican nominee and called George W. Bush a liar.
Oh, well, Ron Paul did that fucking 20 years before he even thought about doing any of that shit.
Was he a Republican?
Yes, he was a Republican.
But you're saying he stood up in South Carolina.
Yes, he did it on the stage, and he did it on the debate stage long before Trump was even a thing. He did it in 2008. He did it in 2012 as a Republican.
And guess what? He got nowhere with it. And
no, he didn't. But
Trump went somewhere
you're
with
saying that you support someone because of an action that they did, and I'm telling you, there's an action there that already happened.
And he got nowhere. And he got nowhere with it.
But that's not the position. There, you're just saying that you're
the dude is literally got Ron Paul involved in Doge right now. He's got Ron Paul involved in Doge right now.
So what you criticize me for is you're basically playing party politics. It's not a principal position that you have.
No, I'm playing MAGA politics for sure.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it's not
100%.
necessarily a principle per se. It's not any principle. It's like whatever he does, or whatever he espouses because of what he experienced. That's your position.
It's the things that he said he was going to do.
Okay.
And he struggled
to
implement a lot of that.
But you disagree with him though as well, so it can't be everything.
Of course.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Where are your principles is what I'm asking,
My
right?
principles are that I think illegal immigration needs to be under control.
Okay, that's fine.
I think we don't need to be in endless wars.
Okay, that's cool.
I think you need to be holding the government accountable for what's going on right now with what we're seeing.
Yeah.
I think those are some key issues that I think are fundamentally good for America and good for all Americans.
What is odd enough about all the things that you're saying is those are positions that a lot of minarchist libertarians have.
And nothing was accomplished until Trump walked in the door.
We're not arguing about because now you're just saying he won and he's in a position to win, and therefore that placed him above everything else.
Bernie Sanders got screwed over and he cucked to the party. Trump got screwed over. They shot at him. They raided his house. They arrested his friends, and he didn't fucking give up.
I'm not saying any of that stuff is negative. What I'm saying is you're claiming that like my positions are retarded by you, and you just took positions that I would argue that a lot of minarchist libertarians take.
I think when Donald Trump has gone through everything he's gone through and you don't vote for him, I think that's retarded.
All right, and that's fine. And I would disagree. I think calling someone retarded just because they did or did not vote for something, I think is one of the things that got us in this political position right now.
I think if you're going to be sensitive to me calling you retarded, we should never have a conversation because we called retarded a thousand fucking times.
I agree with that. I just think that you're not well equipped, at least, to argue against libertarianism because you don't really know the positions.
I fucking voted for the man who's making America great again. So apparently I'm a little more equipped than you.
There's plenty of libertarians that voted for Trump too. That's not a position.
Good. They should have.
Again, that's why I'm saying nobody's arguing for or against that. What did this whole thing happen with the Libertarian National Party committee chick talking about getting Ross out of jail, and that she supported Trump in his efforts to do all that. There's plenty of libertarians that Dave Smith, another one, plenty of big libertarians that have gone out there.
Dave Smith said he thinks Trump should be in jail. He said that before Trump got elected. Dave Smith says Trump should be in jail for the rest of his life. Good job, Dave Smith.
Did he support Trump in his last election?
He said he should be locked up forever.
Did he support Trump in the last election?
I think so. At the last second.
So he did. All right, so he did. Which is what you said. That was what we were arguing this whole time, Jeremy, about someone supporting or voting. You said not voting for Trump.
Again,
is
I don't know if he
retarded.
did
You got
or
a
not.
guy that voted for Trump.
I know.
And you're still bitching.
No.
It's
I
a
don't know
cool
if
kids
he
club
did.
for you.
I don't know if he voted for him. I know that he supported him.
I will tell you he did. Now what?
Okay, then that's fine.
And he's pretty open about it. So I don't know how you could get the part about him saying that he died, but you or he wanted him jailed or something, but you somehow missed that he didn't support you somehow missed that he supported Trump. I don't know how you missed that.
Because how do you vote for a man that you think should be in prison for the rest of his life?
People do that all the time. That's what politics are.
Who?
Politics has never been supporting a guy that you 100% agree with.
You said libertarianism is about principles.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I don't think libertarianism is simply about principles. I think
Dave thinks Donald Trump needs to be in prison for the rest of his life, but he voted for him to run this country. What type of that says principles to you? How does that scream principles to you?
What does that have to do with anything that I've said?
I'm just saying you talk about principles.
Politics has nothing to do with agreeing with someone on 100% of the positions that they have.
Yeah, but I would think
I would argue that 99% of Congress folks should be in prison.
If you think somebody needs to be in prison for the rest of their life, I'm not sure how you can comfortably vote for them.
Well, because again, that's what the government.
Again, that's my problem with libertarian stuff.
Dave Smith is like
a poster child for this shit.
Jeremy,
Dave Smith's like a poster child for libertarians.
What?
Right?
What? Who?
He's a poster child for libertarians, correct?
Who is?
Dave Smith.
I don't think I wouldn't say he's a poster. I don't think Dave Smith would say he was a poster child for libertarians.
He pretty much spoke for libertarians when Trump got booed out of the building, and then basically said how proud he was that libertarians booed the fuck out of Trump.
I don't know. I don't personally know anything about that, but I wouldn't consider him a poster child of libertarians.
It's gay.
I don't know. I don't think Dave Smith would say that.
All of this is gay. Politics is gay.
I agree. Politics is gay. I agree.
Yeah.
NDI with the $2. I agree with Jay.